Drop game, a scam utilizing the wait, I wanna yap a little bit. If you've played Growtopia, you've either seen a scam, have been scammed, or are a scammer, and if not, why are you lying? Anyways, scamming has deep roots within Growtopia and continuously changes as each update comes out, bringing patches to old ones and introducing new, never before seen methods. Now, I must make it clear, this is not a guide on how to scam, as this is informative and should be used to help you identify and prevent scamming. No malicious intent, okay? Capiche? Alright, let's start. There are a couple of different categories of scams, but the most basic and original to Growtopia is drop game. A scam utilizing the drop feature and manipulating others into dropping their rare items to take. You're pulled into a 1x2 box and are told to drop valuables to win something, and when you drop your items, you're kicked, banned, get a block placed on your item. Basically, you're never going to get the prize. They can also do some social engineering, like the first time you drop something a little valuable, you'll actually win something, probably 1 or 2 world locks, and you get to keep playing. They lure you into thinking that it's legitimate, and then when you drop something significantly more valuable, no host drop game. A drop game variant typically with a bunch more boxes with a few other players, and the unique thing is that the owner will leave, saying they'll check a CCTV to see who wins. Now, this may seem pretty safe, you're with other people who will be your witnesses, and someone else might have dropped something and won, but no, these are paid actors, either the owner's friends or just alt accounts, and once you drop something, they can do the following: kill you with a pocket lighter, kill you with a psychotic bunny, snowball you to give the owner enough time to rejoin and ban you, kick you or place a block because they have access to a sort of hard to see lock surrounding the area. Basically, trust no one. Pre-made world, a drop game variant where someone scouts you and says to go to some random world, where you may see something like this. They will then tell you to place a lock and start the drop game. This all ties to another category of knowledge checks, but basically there will be hard to see blocks, public entrance in dragon gates, checkpoints. It's like a shady website giving away $1,000, but at every corner there's some sort of trick to try and get your data, all for zero actual payoff. Other methods using this exist, such as making the world on the spot and asking for access, or ones that set up a teleportation script beforehand. Trust test, a drop game variant involving 2 people who play a drop game with each other, except with the excuse of building trust. This can be done either directly facing each other or inside of a U-shaped box. Of course, both players know that this isn't really a game of trust or friendship and is all about trying to fake out the other person to take their stuff. Trading scams, a broad range of scams that uses a trading functionality, which, while secure, is susceptible to visual and social engineering. In general, they will do things like offer a really good deal and then attempt to do the following: remove the item, replace the item with a similar looking one, add other lesser value items as a distraction, and then will do things like canceling the trade or saying quick fast to add some urgency, all to make you make an incorrect trade. World scams, a set of scams utilizing worlds maliciously with trading worlds or using techniques only possible with worlds. Rare item in world, a scam where a person sells a world with an expensive item for a lot less than what the item is worth. But during the trade, out of view, they'll have another person go and take the items as they distract you with commentary, and then trade you an empty world. Another variation used to exist with floating items. After trading the world, they'll try and pick the item back up, or will have a hidden door that leads to the item. A lot of old scam fail videos are based on this, but from memory, I have never seen it live in person. Fake world, a scam where a person sells a world at a good value, but in actuality trades an imitation world without the valuable component, achieved by using a very similar but different world name and or recreating the world at face value. Previously, this could be done with a change of address, but nowadays a door leading to the imitation will be used, or they'll kick you out of the world and message you to rejoin, which will end up being the imitation world. Your World, a scam that uses an imitation of your world, most prominently with those selling battle pets. Basically, when you're selling a battle pet, you need to cage it in a world and trade the world. However, you can also cage pets in public areas. So what a scammer does is say they'll buy it, but tell you to take it out of the cage of your world. Then they remake your world both in form and name, message you, and tell you to recage it. Except instead of joining your world, it's the imitation. After caging your pet, they swoop in and take it. This also works with other things like vending machines and mannequins, however, should hopefully be a bit more obvious. Fake item, a scam that involves selling a dropped item or multiple items in a set and using a different item that looks similar. This historically includes the fake diamond lock in the water, Rayman's fishport and tambourine, rock ATMs, fake trees, nightmare devil wings and night wings. Vending machine scams. Scams utilizing vending machines to sell items for incredibly overpriced or replacing the desired item with a similar looking one. The end goal is similar to that of a trade scam, but uses different methods, such as using spamming alts or roulette wheels to cover the vending machine preview so they can switch the item or price. Multiple real vending machines to make people think it's legit, and then making the last one the biggest scam known to mankind. Using fear of missing out or challenge timers to make it seem like a quick fast kind of thing, but leading to a fake vending machine instead of a real one. Also unique to vending machines is just using a display block. Because the display block item is much larger than the item preview, people will naturally be drawn to that rather than what's actually inside the vending machine. Knowledge checks. This is a broad category that involves specific features or items that people might not know about the scam. Some examples are as follows. Garbage. Breakable by the public. Scammers will tell you to use that to cover your items. Combustible boxes. Burnable by the public. Scammers will tell you to use that as a chest. Backgrounds and blocks are dangerous if you don't see the difference at first. Fissures and doors can be made usable by the public, and the scammer will stroll on through. Cave background could hide things like checkpoints and doors. Hidden entrances look like normal blocks, but are actually entrances. Extractosnap can be used in public locations to remotely grab items. Honestly, I don't know why Growtopia added this. It's supposed to help with sorting, but they also added the Extractor Dynamo, which is infinite versus the Extractosnap's one use, so what the hell? Builder's Lock. Most of the time, scams using a Builder's Lock set it to public and build mode, preventing any form of punching, but allow for placing and wrenching. The biggest scam is with the Geiger charger and people who advertise free Geiger charging, which you can put a Geiger in but can't take out. Social engineering. As per Microsoft Copilot, the art of exploiting human psychology to manipulate individuals into compromising their personal security or the security of systems. This is much different than the other methods as it uses fear of growtopia mechanics and more social and psychological tactics. Imposter. Someone with a name and outfit similar to that of your friends or someone you know will come by and try to coax money out of you. Fake friend. Someone claiming to know you or be an old friend will come up and try to coax money out of you. Gold digger friend. Not really a scam, but someone who befriends you and will come to beg for money. Manipulation, short term. A trade scamming technique involving two people, a seller and an associate. The seller will try to sell their item for either overpriced or because it's hard to sell. The associate will then say things like that's cheap or ask to buy the same item for even more expensive. Those who are aware will see this and blindly buy the item to immediately try and resell it, which achieves the seller's goal and then they both will leave. Manipulation, long term. This is much more common nowadays. As the level of wealth grows, so does the ability to control entire markets of items. Long-term manipulation is hoarding or using authority to control the prices of rare or in-demand items. With hoarding, as the only one who has the item, you decide the flow and price of said item. With authority, either by owning a trade world or by being a trusted source, you can control the initial speculation and growing or decreasing price of the item. Ben Barrage has covered this topic a multitude of times for the latter, such as with Buy Burnt, which claimed that an item that costs less than a world lock to obtain actually costed 3 to 4 diamond locks. Service scams. Scamming someone in a person-to-person or middleman exchange for services or functionality not attainable with normal trading. The obvious scam is just them taking all your money up front and not providing the service, which some common examples are as follows. Clearing worlds or breaking farmables for wages. Buying carnival quests like crystal smashing, fish training, or providers. Middlemaning. Super broadcasting. However, do note that there are also a lot of trusted services, so do your research. Buying spotter access. The general premise of this is that you buy a privilege, this could be a vending machine spot, world link, or access to a popular world, and are promised that the world is going to stay popular by the owner super broadcasting consistently. With this, they either scam you directly by not giving you what you're buying, or just not making the world popular. Buying usernames. This is a somewhat interesting scam. Essentially, people sell rare and sought-after usernames with a middleman and by changing their own name with a birth certificate. Now, when the buyer gives the middleman the money, the seller changes their name, in which the buyer must change their name to the now available name. The issue is that any person could snipe the name in this downtime if the buyer isn't fast enough, and this could be anyone in the interaction on an alt account, either the seller, middleman, or the buyer. Broadcasts. There are a lot of super broadcasts that go something like, you want a Rayman's fist, go to this website, and no, you didn't win anything. They don't advertise any external websites other than their official social media. Other broadcast scams entail something like a mod supposedly leaking a new item of the month, but no, it's just a fake to sell a worthless buy world for overpay. Fake parkour and minigames. Back when Growtopia was more about using actual sandbox mechanics, people frequently made minigame and parkour worlds. However, some bad actors would see this and go, oh, I can get #1 world rating or a bunch of grow tokens and fossils, and then use fake prizes in their minigame worlds, along with tactics to make people stay in their worlds longer. Rate 5.99 for giveaway. No. Stay 60 minutes for free item. No. And some worlds do this thing where they sell some item in a vending machine that doesn't mechanically do what they say it does. Buy the banana to give to the gorilla. You can't do that directly. Buy the lighter to light the combustible box. It doesn't work either because the combustible box is submerged in water or because there's a pineapple guardian somewhere. Crystal placing scam. Years ago, when buy crystal was royal locked and stopped people from talking, the main way people traded crystals was by placing them. This works because if you don't have access to a world, trying to place a crystal will play this animation that shows what type you have. The scam involves someone being interested in what you're selling and messaging you to go to another world. From experience, it's royal locked to make sure you can't talk. Then they will ask what type of crystal are you selling and expect you to place your crystal like you do in buy crystal. However, there will be a hidden public lock or the world will just be set to public and trying to place your crystal down will actually place it. You then lose your crystal and get banned. Place lock. A lot of niche scams involve someone saying to place lock and doing some things like the following. Placing a donation box to try and snipe your world locks. Telling you to put your clothing in a phone booth or to drop an item in an area you locked. Then killing you and surrounding your area with a larger lock and extorting you for money. I can see this being used in a multitude of ways, but hopefully if you see something shady like this, you'll know just to leave the world. Illegal world access. A very old and unique scam where getting accessed is bad. A drop game or casino world will access you to the main world lock, but then lock the white door with another lock so you can't reach the world lock to remove your access. They will then extort you and threaten to get you banned with them if you don't pay to remove your access. This is also why the accepting access and removing access commands exist nowadays. Donation game. A fake giveaway involving someone quote-unquote quitting and using donation boxes to see who cares the most by giving the biggest donator money. It's really dumb, and even if you try and win, there'll be a friend or alt account that continues to one-up you. I probably missed a bunch more, but my voice was just not having it for the past 2 weeks. I'm sorry, this was supposed to come out like in the last 2 weeks. Anyways, use code BRITHEBOT or the link in the description to get 5% off of your purchases. Okay, goodbye.